All right. Good morning, friends. Good morning. Good morning. It is 8:01 on a Sunday morning. It is December the 1st. What is happening here? It is chilly, chilly, chilly. Good morning to you. I'm WESH 2 meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together just about 7 days a week to chat about what's going on in the world of weather. And our top two stories today, that winter blast. It's chilly now, but just you wait. It's going to get even colder outside. It really, really is. We're going to be discussing that in earnest. We'll make sure to get you taken care of, okay? So we'll have that handled for you. Then we will also be chatting about the impacts from that chat, the frost that is expected around Central Florida. Good times. So just be ready for it because it's on its way. Outside right now, it is absolutely, absolutely beautiful. Here's a shot in downtown Orlando. The sun is shining bright. There's some high, thin clouds over top of us. Certainly not looking at rainfall. Our first warning live Doppler radar showing some showers off the shoreline. They're behaving, not bothering us whatsoever. The temperatures are chilly. Yep. 50 degrees in Orlando, 44 in Leesburg. It's 35 right now in Ocala, but you were just at 33 for about an hour. So the temperatures are starting to come up just a little bit, but it's still chilly. Donna says, Kellyanne was right. We should have brought our winter coats. Never ever question a meteorologist, especially when you're related to them, because they want what's good for you. It's chilly outside. When we compare the 24-hour temperature differential, our temperatures right now to the temperatures yesterday morning at this time, we're in the ballpark, all right? In Orlando, we're a couple of ticks warmer. Palm Coast 5 degrees warmer, but in Ocala it's a little bit chillier. That lighter breeze is kind of to blame for it. So looking ahead at the day, it's going to be a gorgeous day, my friends. Temperatures climbing to 64, 11 o'clock. We're working up to 69 this afternoon. So like yesterday, it's going to be cool. I've got my my what do you call it? 3/4 length shirt. Yeah, it's going to be nice and cool. But this is warm compared to where we're going. And let me show you. All right. Essentially, later today, we'll have another cold front pushing in. And that's going to usher in not just cold, but like the coldest air of the season. The coldest air of the season is moving in to Central Florida. And because of that, we're calling Tuesday and Wednesday impact days, impact weather, basically. This weather will impact you. Have the winter coats ready, okay? It's going to be early in the morning, basically midnight through sunrise, give or take. We'll be talking, of course, ad nauseum on Coffee Talk about these things, but I just want to make sure you understand. So let's talk about the morning low temperatures, and we'll just set it up in Orlando. All right. So tomorrow morning, we'll wake up to 45 in Orlando. Just comparison, 50 degrees. So a little chillier in Orlando tomorrow morning. But Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, those are looking cold. Those are looking cold, cold, cold. Not necessarily records, right? But it's going to be cold in Central Florida, okay? So that's why we're calling this impact weather. All right. The good news is when we look at the 7-day forecast, we've got a really great stretch of weather, right? We've got sunshine all the way through the weekend, but that Tuesday, Wednesday temperature in the morning is going to be chilly. Yeah. Tad says, finally acknowledging it's going to be too cold for Floridians to survive. Oh my goodness, excuse me. I have not had a sip of coffee yet. I wouldn't say that it's going to be too cold for us Floridians to survive, but I would say that it's going to be cold enough that we need to know about it, right? Because us Floridians are not as battle hardened as others. God, that's so good. A day with coffee. Joe says, you call that cold, wimps? Hey, to each their own, man. This is Florida, for God's sake. Yeah, it's cold. It's cold. And then there's a frost component to this as well, okay? One of the colder spots Ocala, look at your temperatures. Again, not looking at records, and your records are not official, but we've got the data, so we may as well at least discuss it, right? Do expect there to be a freeze, particularly on Wednesday morning. So here's a way to visualize this. And I think that this is probably a really good way to do it. First off, we've got frost advisories for our northern spots, Marion County, and just look at the kind of frost freeze forecast for this morning. Makes sense. Here's where those frost, of course, they just expired literally when I came on the air with Coffee Talk, but there were frost advisories up for Marion. All right, so let's roll through and let's look at tomorrow morning. All right, 6:30, 7 a.m. is about the chilliest temperatures. So we're looking at inland Flagler, we're looking at northern Sumter, and basically all of Marion. You all should at least be in the ballpark of some frost again tomorrow morning, okay? Okay, I want to make sure we all know about it. I don't want anyone saying I had no idea. We call ourselves First Warning Weather, so that's the whole thing. All right, that's Monday. All right, there's your frost locations. What about temperatures? Let's discuss. It's funny. Blue Goose is asking if frostproof is still. All right, here's Monday morning. Actual temperatures. 36 in Ocala, 37 in the Villages. So yeah, that would be why we're talking about frost up by you, right? 45 in Orlando, not really looking at frost. I mean, maybe a spot of frost, but nothing crazy. 43 degrees in Winter Haven, 50 degrees Titusville and Melbourne. It's going to be nice and chilly around Central Florida. So that's Monday morning. Monday afternoon, chilly, but beautiful, right? 66 our high temperature in Orlando, 64 New Smyrna Beach, 66 in the Villages. All right, let's look at Tuesday morning on our frost forecast. All right, so there's like 6:37. So that's kind of 6:30 is when it's looking to be the coldest. So there again, notice now we're getting into Lake County. We're getting into Volusia County. So Tuesday morning, more frost around, right? Not quite getting into the metro, but there's plenty. Marion County frost. Sumter, Lake, West Volusia, Western, Flagler, frost. In terms of temperatures, 35 in Ocala, 41 in Leesburg, 42 degrees in Orlando, and even the upper 40s into Brevard County. All right. Susan says we've had frost 3 times this past week, frost this morning. So you're probably more susceptible to frost, Susan. A lower area or something to that effect, a drainage area atmospherically. So yeah, makes sense. If you've been seeing it, then that's going to continue to be a thing. So Tuesday morning, cold, 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 cold. Tuesday afternoon, chilly, 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 chilly. This is soup day. If you're looking for a day that you're like, my body will require it, that's your day. It's going to be cold in the morning. It's going to be cold the next morning. It's going to be cold in the afternoon. That's the day. Millie's asking if I've gotten the recipe for turkey. My stepfather has not yet issued that recipe yet. I need to get it. Need to get it. Stay warm. We'll get through this. I know. All right. Wednesday morning. So let's go back to the frost and freeze tracker here for Wednesday morning. All right. So there's Wednesday morning. Notice starting to see some freezing temperatures into Marion County, but a much wider spread frost. Essentially, I-4 north and west looking at that frost for Wednesday morning, right? Even Osceola County. And I would even suspect parts of Seminole. I would suspect that this will tweak and we'll start to see other parts of eastern metro areas outside of the kind of urban sprawl, if you will. Wednesday morning, 41 in Orlando, 35 in Wildwood, 34 in Ocala. Again, flirting with freezing north of town. We'll be in the ballpark, right? 66 by afternoon in Ocala, 67 in Orlando. So we've got a chilly stretch of air. Absolutely a chilly stretch of air, right? When we talk about the coldest air of the season, That forecast of 41 on Wednesday morning would be the coldest temperature we have seen yet this season. November the 24th, I was on the air that morning. We got down to 43 in the metro. And for the year, stand by, daily display. Just curious what the coldest of the year is. Minimum temperature. Coldest of the year was January 21st. We hit 38. So that's the coldest of the year. In Orlando, at least, right? Ocala is different. Addie, is this taking into account any wind chill? This is not, no. So when we talk wind chill numbers, here's the wind chill forecast, okay? Wednesday morning, we wake up and notice our entire metro. Now, for Wednesday, or excuse me, this is Tuesday morning. So let's just, before we even do this, let's go back to Tuesday morning and let's look at the actual temperatures. All right, actual retail value, 42 in Orlando, 48 in Melbourne, right? Now, let's go back through and let's recalculate using the wind chills, right? 42 in Orlando. Watch how it will feel chillier than that. Feels like 37 in Orlando. Feels like 39 in Melbourne. Feels like 29 in the Villages. That's the bite, right? Through Tuesday afternoon. Feels like temperatures, wind chills, keeping us feeling like we're in the 50s to lower 60s. And then look at as that sun sets. 7 o'clock. Feels like the 40s through the metro. Feels like the 30s and 40s by 8:30. And by the morning, that's as far out as it, of course, that's as far out as it goes. It's as far out as it goes. But you can clearly see why we're calling Tuesday and Wednesday, particularly in the mornings, we're clearly calling that impact weather. Right? I mean, that's going to be chilly. What happens if you stick your tongue to metal when it's cold? Where's Ralphie? But also there's an ice component to that. In the movie, there was an ice component. All right, friends. So that's kind of where we're at. These next couple of mornings, it's going to be cold. All right. All right. 7-day forecast. Be ready for all the brace yourself, winter's coming memes. Geesh, Laguish. Now, for those of you that are not a fan, remember our normal high temperature is 76, and because we're surrounded by water on 3 sides, our temperatures will start to climb, right? By late this week into this upcoming weekend, those temperatures will start to go back up, and we'll be back into the mid-70s. I mean, it looks fantastic. No matter who you are, no matter what you're a fan of, I believe that these temperatures are getting closer to where we would like them to be for this time of year, right? It's great. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. And that, my friends, is what I've got. That's my my soapbox. Yeah, that's my soapbox. By the way, hurricane season is over. Very, very happy. We'll talk a lot more about this on Tracking the Tropics on Tuesday. Jeremy wants to do a season wrap-up, but here's our proof of performance. The only storm that did not hit into our hot spot this year was Beryl. Schmuck. Otherwise, our hot spots got him. So, there you go. Happy about that. Not happy about this season. This hurricane season has been just awful. When we look at the cost numbers, this year is on track to be the second costliest hurricane season on record. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, anyway, enough about hurricane season. Just wanted to mention ding dong, the witch is dead. Happy December, no more hurricane season. Melissa says, time for you to go on vacation. Problem is, this is really the busy season for me, you know? While there's no hurricane season left, remember, this is when Jeremy and I are hard at work studying the overall big patterns trying to find the trends, trying to find the indicators for next year's hurricane season. So we're already working on that, you know? Was there ever a Tony? No, there was not a Tony. There was not a Tony. Celebrated my 40th birthday last week. Tiffany, you'll always be younger than me. All I wanted was cold weather for a campfire, and that's what I got. I feel you there. It's beautiful. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. The Don. Oh, the Don hasn't reopened? Seriously? Brother Frank talking about the Cesar. Wow. That's wild. That's wild. That's what. Buddy, I'm talking to somebody right now. What are you doing? Can you please shut the door? So what do we think of Malzahn leaving UCF for FSU? If I'm honest, I think that he probably did everything he could for UCF. Um, I'm really glad that things are going to seemingly work out for everybody. Eric, do me a favor when you're done. Can you shut the door behind you, please? Thank you. I think he did everything he could. And it didn't work out for us, didn't work out for him. I'm glad that I'm really grateful for the way he's doing it the more I've thought about it. So it seems like it's a true win-win for everybody. Don't knock that light over. Go under that, please. Yes. Shut the door behind you, please. Love you. These kids have discovered. Oh, God. These kids have discovered I have a printer. And so we have been printing posters. Yeah. Tim says it's Mooney flying weather, if you ask me. It is. VFR, Squawk 1200, frequency change approved. There's a lot of sun shining on my back wall here, you know? Yeah. Yeah, Diane, the Auburn grad. Lots of the Gus bus. There you go. Yep. Yeah, this is great weather. This is great weather to go for a flight, to go for a walk, go to the theme parks, whatever you're doing. Sip coffee with. We're about 600 of our closest friends. Hey, it's a non hurricane day, and we've got 600 friends together. I'd say it's a good day. So I raise my cup and I thank all of you for joining and sipping coffee with me. But yeah, whatever your plans are, y'all, this is great. This is great. Kelly, I would expect nothing less from you, my dear. It's only the beginning. Wait until they get older. That's the truth. But it's funny. Like yesterday, I'm sitting here, and I was reading. Truth be told, I was reading the Mooney POH. Don't judge me. And I hear my printer go off, and I'm like, I didn't print anything. And then Eric comes in and he's like, oh, I'm just printing a poster. I'm like, how did you figure out to print? And then what ensued was a battle of don't waste paper. Oh boy, it looks like Eric needs a lot of printer ink for Hanukkah. So years ago, I bought a color laser printer, and I love it. But thankfully, I don't use it a ton. So I've got a bunch of toner. And as far as paper goes, I don't know. Well, that part, I'm going to have to figure it out, you know? Yeah. Oh, well. All right. So that's kind of where we are. Dawn says, I have my grandson's birthday today and party, and tomorrow is my husband's birthday. This is birthday. Look at that. It's birthday season, Dawn. Happy birthday to your grandson and to your husband. I love it. Hey, it's going to get chilly, so we just have to bundle up. But this is what it's supposed to be, right? Karen, good morning. I'm glad to see you here. Good morning. We miss you. Jenny says, ask Santa for paper. I just don't want us to waste it. It's not even just the paper. I just don't want the waste. But I will say, I think internally, as long as they color, because we need coloring, as long as they print up, because what he did print was like a coloring sheet. So as long as we color it in, then it's not a waste. But we just can't keep printing. We need to print, color, and then print. Oh, yeah, Melissa. Oh, we're definitely printing on the back of old papers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Cindy, December models. Yeah, we can do that. We can look at the models, just kind of get an idea. That's fine. All right, first off, let's just look at the temperature models before we go too deep. All right, so we've got this little trend of chill here, second, third, fourth, coming back up to fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Models are trying to figure out, now you see how it's like the 9th, 10th, 11th, it's got like 65, 78, 63. It's got to smoothen that out. So don't be too hard on the model there. But the idea is another drop at some point early next week, right? I'm here to represent the artists. Oh, absolutely. As long as we use everything the way it's supposed to be used. All right. Hey, breaking news. Breaking news. Before I go any deeper, there is a new frost advisory just posted. Breaking news. See, I've got the news music. I like it better in the low budget mode. Breaking news frost advisory tomorrow morning. I'm retitling this. MORNING, tomorrow morning. All right, there you go. Brand new frost. We would expect this, right? They waited for this morning's frost advisory to expire. Then they issued another one. So anyway, there you go. All right, back to the models. Enough. All right, and then another mild trend. So we've kind of got like front, couple of days, front, couple of days, right? That makes total sense. And we can graphically look at that on the models. Here. Right? All right. So rolling through. High pressure building in. Oh, that's beautiful through this week. There's that front, like a weak little deal. There's a front. Interesting. That December 10th feature. That is going to be something to watch, right? If it fires up right there, that's going to be a hint at next year, isn't it? Don't forget to wish Cindy a happy birthday. Cindy, happy birthday? What? Did I miss a memo? Y'all are over here. We're like a good social club. Like we've got notes, we've got meeting notes. Interesting little feature there. What are you doing there? Interesting little storm system firing up. All right, we're gonna have to come back and visit that. Chris says, Tony, slow down, slow down. But interesting. High pressure building in. It's milder. December 17th. Okay. All right. So anyway, that was what? That was the 10th. So then we have to go look at the BSR. And for those of you that are new, the BSR is a long-range forecast technique that we have. It's not perfect, but it kind of gives a clue way down the line. All right. So let's dial up the BSR. That was the 10th, the storm system around the 10th. Stand by. This is like the 5th. So there's a storm system there. That's 7th, 8th, 9th. Oh, wait, hold on. What is this? This is November 20th. 7th, 8th. Okay, so that's... Oh, we're in... It's because we're in November. Hold on. That's what's tripping me up. So that's the 8th, 9th, 10th. So that's the low. That's the 11th. So the GFS had like a low around the 10th. That's the 11th-ish on the BSR. So a pretty clear signal of something, right? But that's a big signal there. 14, 15, 16. When the GFS gets out this far, I'll be really curious to see what the GFS has to say about this December 14th, 15th, 16th time frame, because that is a very, very significant signal there. That's the 18th, 19th, 20th. Lots of cold fronts moving through. Lots of cold fronts. That's the thing I see. Like this December's looking to be cold fronty, which is fine by me. Now we can tap into the GFS and go even further out and just straight up spitball, but it's fun to do. That's the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. So getting into Christmas week, chilly. '23rd, 24th, 25th. So we're right around. See, that's a storm system. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. I think we could be talking about a stormy Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. If I'm honest, at least according to this, that's a heck of a cold front moving through. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. I think Christmas Eve, Christmas Day will have a storm system moving through. You know? That's a pretty clear. Eric, we cannot constantly print. Hey, we cannot do that. I'm going to turn the printer off. That's it. Otherwise, I'm turning the printer off, gentlemen. Shut the door, please. Yeah, I love you, Eric. That smile. Oy vey. That smile. All right. So there you go, right? That's Christmas Eve, Christmas Day time frame, friends. Disable the Wi-Fi on the printer. Oh, I'll unplug that son of a gun. Yeah, Taylor says unplug the printer, son. I know. I know. Carrie says Dang was planning on a trip to the beach for Christmas. Listen, I mean, this is you're talking almost a month out. This is way out. This is just a signal. To me, it's just a signal. I'm just printing black pages. Oh my god, I'd kill him. You'd see me on the news, you guys. So, all right, and then beyond that, let's just go. There's another front. 27, 28, 29. A weak little low, and then high pressure building in. That's New Year's. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day look beautiful. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day look beautiful. Christmas doesn't look beautiful. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day look beautiful. So there's a month out. All right. So should we put together some sort of a long range something? I haven't done one of these yet, but I don't even. Do I have a template for that? I've got all these long range templates. I'm just looking to see if there's any that long range holiday. All right. This is last year's long range holiday. Hold on. Clearly, uh, clearly, I stopped doing it on Thanksgiving of last year. So let's do this long range forecasts. 2024 holiday season. All right. All right. So Christmas Eve day, Christmas Eve storm system around. Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, colon. How about tracking storm system? Tracking storm system. Christmas Day, storm system clearing. New Year's Eve, New Year's Eve. Looking beautiful. Beautiful. Does that work? Do we like that? Is that kind of a decent summation? Do we like this? What do we think? Based on what we were just looking at with the BSR, is that approved? Thoughts? Do we like this? This is first crack at it. Do we like this? Is that it? Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve. Does that look okay? All right. Super long range, but that's what the pattern's looking like. To me, could have some storms around for Christmas Eve, maybe even Christmas Day. You know, we have to ask Eric to print your template out. One day when he realizes that I template out for like 30 plus TV stations, he'll just have a good laugh, right? All right, so there you go. That's kind of our long range forecast. Miss Donna, are you back in town for Chris? No, you're not, because Kellyanne's out. So you're not here. Donna, you come stay at the Burris house. You come down and you enjoy Christmas in Central Florida, for God's sake. You don't even need your daughter. I've got my kids sleep in the same room. I've got a guest room upstairs. You don't even have to look at me. You don't have to look at my kids. They'd probably attack you with, hugs and kisses and printouts, but well, this is likely to be an interesting weather. It is likely to be an interesting weather pattern. Yeah. So there you go. As long as I don't have to shovel any snow, I'm fine. There you go. Are you excited for a new UCF coach? Absolutely. As long as the new UCF head coach is the right pick. Who knows if that's the case? I do know this, though. I do know this. There is a frost advisory for Central Florida. Wouldn't that be fun? All right. That's all I got. Listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you all so much for hanging out for coffee talk. I will see you all tomorrow morning. I'll be at the airport in the morning. Got some instrument flight training tomorrow, and of course it's gonna be clear as can be. Oh well. All right. Listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you.